less is more. And what I mean by that is the less things you have on your plate, the more efficient you'll be. I know that modern day teaches us to be like very well rounded, but my personal philosophy is that you should be specialized in one thing and then move on to the next. I feel like this way you will be able to be more efficient in that one area. And once you've learned how to completely master something, then you can apply that to something else that you've been, working towards. Now, like, I'm speaking to the people that are like multi passionate and, you know, multifaceted individuals. So it's like, you hear about these things like this, that, like, you're doing all these things, right? But what can you say that you're a master of? And honestly, like, I'm working towards that too. You know, my vision is to become a master storyteller, master content creator. And those two things go hand in hand. And I really like want to make sure my message like reaches you all in that type of way. A way that's relatable, a way that makes you feel confident, and a way that makes you feel empowered after you watch my videos. I think that this is a great way for us to connect, like in the comment section below. And some of the things that I go through will be able to help you gain insight into your own personal life and your private life, and professional life. I think that less is more is key because just think about it. Even in most situations, if a person, I feel like if a person is able to, like in conversational settings, if a person is able to say less but has a concise and clear message, they're more likely to impose their will and get their frame across than a person who is blabbering on and on about something, that just doesn't add relevance to the conversation. And that also goes with like work too. I feel like, like if you're playing tennis, less is more. Like, not trying to like move, like do too much with the wrist, but really just like, gripping the racket less, you know, like making your moves more efficient. And that's just what I started to realize, man. And the other thing is too, like, I feel like less is more, especially after you hit rock bottom. Like, after you've hit rock bottom to a point where you're just like really down bad, you have to keep going, of course, but less is more in the way that you can only do but so much when you're down bad. Like, you can only do so much when you're like fucked up and you don't have like a lot to like bank on. Like, you don't have a lot to be motivated for, like, and all you can really do is just stand there and take the brunt of whatever is going on. I swear, man. Like, and this is why, like, I think that it's hard for people that have a desire to actually create change in the world and actually have a desire to spread positivity on a grand scale, because in order to do that, you have to have the certain influence and be able to convey less is more in a way that's appealing to, masses. But I mean, because it's really just like, I want to get out of the whole thing of just, even if it only touches like a few people, is good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a small-minded way of thinking about something. I understand that like everything has its it's a audience and interest level, right? But I really believe that if you're able to touch masses and convey your message clearly, with that less is more strategy, like you can put in work. Another way, let me give you an example too of how less is more. Like when it comes to relationships, I feel like the less you do, the better you are. And it's basically like in business, when you have a minimum viable product, you're basically just putting something in to be able to just let them know that you're there, right? Because I feel like half people don't even do that. Or you know what most people do? Most people, they show up like hella hard in the beginning and then they just fizzle out over time. So I feel like the less you do, at least you could be more consistent in that less amount than being, starting out real strong and then just not doing it over time. That's why, like, for me, it's like getting on here and posting a video once a day and talking to you guys is efficient and sufficient for me. You know what I'm saying? Because this one video, eventually it could turn into 2-3 videos a day. Like once we're all in here in the community, like, and we're talking and we're getting to know each other, like, and we're engaging in the community, like, I think that that's the way that it will go. And I really want to know what you guys want me to like talk about, like as far as my perspective, like, and just to give you like an insight. The other way I say less is more is because, like, I feel like if I wouldn't have got my MBA, like, I may still be in a good situation. And it's just like, listening to all these people that, like, I don't want to be where they're at in life is just crazy to me, bro. And it's crazy to me how, like, this is just shoved down my like, it's been shoved down my throat. And I don't even know, like, if I would have had the other opportunity, like, not to do it, like, if I would have had an opportunity not to listen to these people that's always telling me this dumbass shit, like. Anyways, man, just say that to say, man, less is more. Less is more. So really, like, lock in with yourself, tap in, and don't do too much. And the conversations from now on, like, really listen to the other person and really be genuinely interested in what they're talking about, and watch how that makes a difference in your life, and watch how, like, people will respond to you and the type of energy that you'll attract. All right, man, peace out. Less is more.